The wind howled like a hungry ghost over the icy waters of the Bering Strait, near the isolated fishing village of Nome, Alaska. The choppy gray waves hurled spray against the sturdy hull of the Northern Star, an experienced fishing trawler captained by the taciturn and wizened Lars Johansson. The crew, a group of men weathered by the cold and the sea, worked in silence, hauling in the nets that, on that frigid October morning, yielded a meager halibut harvest suddenly. A scream cut through the sound of the wind and waves. Finn, the thin young deckhand manning the trawl line, pointed frantically at the water, his eyes wide with terror. "Look, there, it's huge." At first, Lars thought it was a humpback whale, common at this time of year. But the dark silhouette emerging from the icy depths was unlike anything he had ever seen in his 60 years at sea. It was a shark, undeniably, but its proportions defied all known description. Its back, the color of dark slate dotted with white scars like broken ice, resembled the submerged slope of a mountain. Its immense, serrated dorsal fin cut the surface like the keel of a drifting ship. Terror settled on the deck as the colossal creature swam lazily around the Northern Star. Its body was massive, wider, and longer than the ship itself, estimated at a good 30 meters, perhaps more. Its head was flat and brutal, with a short, blunt snout, unlike the elegant profile of the great whites that occasionally ventured so far north. Its eyes, black and deep as abysses, seemed to watch the crew with a cold, ancient intelligence. Fear turned to panic as the creature opened its jaws. It wasn't the great white's neat rows of sharp, triangular teeth that revealed themselves, but rather a cacophony of jagged teeth, some as sharp as stakes, others flat and crushing, reminiscent of a prehistoric reptile. Its mouth was a dark, damp cavern, capable of swallowing a small fishing boat whole. A putrid odor, a mixture of decaying flesh and an unfamiliar, rancid metallic smell, emanated from its breath. Lars, despite the icy dread paralyzing his limbs, ordered the engines to full throttle. The Northern Star vibrated violently as it tried to escape the orbit of this enormous predator. The creature, however, moved with surprising speed for its size. Its enormous tail, with two distinct, powerful keels, propelled it through the icy water effortlessly. For nearly a harrowing hour, the Glacier Leviathan pursued the trawler. It even grazed the hull, the impact shaking the boat and throwing the crew to the ground. Deep, inexplicable scratches appeared in the sturdy metal. In a moment of pure terror, the creature submerged just below the boat, its gigantic shadow obscuring what little light penetrated the dark water. It seemed as if the Northern Star was being swallowed by a living darkness. Then, as suddenly as it had appeared, the giant shark disappeared into the depths, leaving behind a trail of churning water and an oppressive silence broken only by the sailors' gasps for breath. Lars ordered an immediate return to Nome, leaving behind the nets and the day's catch. Upon reaching the village, the crew's story was met with skepticism and disbelief. Large sharks were rare this far north, and the description of a creature that size seemed like a fantasy induced by the stress of the sea. However, the pale, terrified faces of the fishermen, along with the strange, deep scratches on the hull of the Northern Star, planted a seed of doubt in the minds of the more superstitious. In the days that followed, other scattered reports began to emerge. Lone fishermen spotted colossal shadows in the depths. Seal hunters found mutilated carcasses of marine animals, with bites no known predator could inflict. A coastal patrol seaplane even reported a dark, massive figure below the surface in a remote area of the strait. Fear of the Glacier Leviathan spread throughout Nome and other small coastal communities in Alaska. Fishermen ventured out to sea in constant dread, their eyes scanning the icy surface at every turn. Ancient tales of monstrous sea creatures, legends whispered by native peoples for generations, took on a new, sinister meaning. There has never been scientific confirmation of the existence of the Alaskan giant shark. No clear photos, no remains were found. But for the crew of the Northern Star and those who glimpsed its colossal shadow in the icy waters,